Welcome to Catching Up with Coach. I'm Sarah here with Coach Scott Hillman. Coach, first catching up with Coach this summer. How's your summer been so far? Any trips with the family?
A little bit of downtime, not a whole lot. A lot of time on recruiting, but we've escaped to see family a little bit back in Texas, so it's been a good start.
You talked about recruiting. All of the players so far have been returning players. When are we going to see some new faces?
We're going through such an expansive search and just really trying to cover all leagues and all areas and focused on those young players. And we've gotten very close with a few of them, and I'm sure it won't be long here, and we'll start piecing some of those new faces into this lineup. So hopefully within the next few weeks, we'll have our first few announcements.
Now, with a couple teams leaving the CHL, a lot of free agents out there, has there been some competition for those guys?
Well, there certainly is, and again, I think with us, we're really focusing on the younger players. So although we're taking a look at each and every guy that's available from those teams that have left our league, we're even more heavily concentrated on the new players to the league, the first and second year pros, and we're also, of course, looking at other pro leagues, both in Europe and the East Coast Hockey League for our players. So again, we're covering all areas, and we like the list that's starting to grow and the guys that we're getting close with.
All right, now we have a Facebook question from Corey. With the development of some young Mavs over the past few years, do you think it will be long before we see a KC native on the roster?
There's the hockey is growing so much here in the Kansas City area, and we've got a great youth and very competitive midget program over with Russell Stover, and they're turning out some awfully good players, and those players are heading off to scholarships and returning, and a lot of those guys are now starting to filter into the systems, and we've looked at a few already. We haven't found the one yet, but I'm sure, Corey, it won't be too long, and we will have a homegrown Missouri Maverick.
All right, it's actually a two-parter. Corey wants you to tell us about the best on-the-road prank.
Oh boy, the best on the road prank. I try and stay out of them as a coach, but I think a big one is kind of unrobing a room when players go out and the other players are somehow able to get into their room, and you come back and you find your bed set up in the hallway. That's a pretty good prank.
Thanks, Coach.